Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss today's question paper of JEE Mains. The first one is in chemistry part. Aluminium chloride exists as a dimer in the form of Al2Cl6 in solid phase as well as in solution of nonpolar solvents such as what benzene. When dissolved in water, it will be existing in the form of what they asked here. So the aluminium chloride will exist in the form of Al H2O taken 6 plus 3. Okay, and 3Cl minus ions will be produced. So AlCl3 in water acts as what ionic in nature. It has ionic nature in water, but it is covalent in nature in solid phase. Okay, next. Second one is diborane. Diborane B2H6 reacts independently with oxygen and also with water to produce what they ask. So when it reacts with oxygen, it will be forming boron trioxide, and when reacts with water, it will form boric acid, although boric acid, H3BO3 is formed. Next one, the electronegativity of aluminium is similar to that of which element? So here beryllium and aluminium both are what diagonal pairs. These two elements will show diagonal relationship. So beryllium of group 2 and aluminium of group 13. So group 2 and group 13 will be showing what here? Diagonal relationship, beryllium. Next one, the relative stability of +1 oxidation state of group 13 elements. Generally, group 13 elements will be showing what? +3 and +1. Two states will be shown. Here, +1 oxidation state, stability will increase from where to where here? Aluminum to thallium. So, thallium is what now? The bottom element of this group. Of group 13, the bottom element is for thallium here. So from top to bottom, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, the +1 stability will increase, but +3 stability will decrease. Here they asked about what +1 stability. So aluminum less than, gallium less than, indium less than, thallium. Next. Next one, which of the following is the correct statement? So here they ask what now here? Correct statement they ask. Which one is correct? So in this case, the first one, what is given? Beryllium exists. Okay, beryllium exhibits what now here? Coordination number 6 there. They said here. So beryllium cannot be having coordination number 6 because of small size. Because of small size of beryllium, it cannot exhibit what? Coordination number 6 here. So it is wrong statement. But they ask a correct statement. So beryllium exhibits coordination number 6 is wrong statement. Incorrect statement. And next one. Chloride of both beryllium and aluminum. So what here? BeCl2, AlCl2. So beryllium chloride. And aluminum is what now having aluminum chloride AlCl2. Both have bridged structures in solid phase. Okay, so this is correct statement here. Both BeCl2, there is bridge structure, and also AlCl3, one bridge structure. So it is correct statement. Okay, next one. Boric acid is a protonic acid, they say. Protonic means what? H plus ion should be given. Boric acid formula what? H3BO3. So it does not produce H plus ion. Okay, it will accept one OH minus. So it will be written as what? BOH taken thrice. BOH taken thrice. So it will accept what now? One OH minus. It will accept electron pair of OH minus. So the BOH taken thrice, orthoboric acid is acting as what? Electron pair acceptor. So it will give what now? BOH taken 4 minus will be formed. The BOH taken thrice, taken 3 will convert into BOH taken 4 minus ion. So it is what now here? It is electron pair acceptor. It is Lewis acid, but it is not protonic acid. Protonic acid means Bronsted acid. It cannot act as Bronsted or protonic acid. So it is the wrong statement. And next one, B2H6 to NH3 is known as inorganic benzene. That is wrong. Inorganic benzene is what formula? B3N3H6. B3N3H6 is what? Inorganic benzene. But it is not the inorganic benzene. So 1, 3, 4 incorrect, and second one is correct. And next one, what they ask here, the amorphous form of silica. Silica formula is what? SiO2. SiO2 silicon. So the silicon dioxide will be existing in amorphous forms and crystalline forms. So we have discussed about what now crystalline forms. Tridimide, cristobalite, quartz. These three are what crystalline forms. But here Kieselguhr. So Kieselguhr is what? The amorphous form of silicon. Kieselguhr is amorphous form, whereas tridimide, cristobalite, quartz. These three are what? Crystalline form. They are still amorphous form. So answer the second option. Next. So next one here. Which of the following carbonates decomposes on heating? So only here like calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, these group 2 carbonates will be decomposed into MgO and CO2 here. MgCO3 will dissociate into what? MgO and CO2. So it will be dissociated, decomposed. But sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate, rubidium carbonate, these are thermally more stable. Thermally more stable carbonates. So the second option, third and fourth do not decompose. But only the first option will decompose. Like calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate also will decompose. Next, which of the following are Lewis acids? Lewis acids meaning what here? Electron pair acceptor. Electron pair acceptors are called what? Lewis acids. So which is Lewis acid? Which pair? So here pH3 has what? No, one lone pair. Like NH3, pH3 has one lone pair. There is electron pair donor. Donor means what now? Lewis base. But BCl3 is Lewis acid. It is Lewis acid. But this pair is not Lewis acid. So this is Lewis base pH3. Again here, AlCl3, aluminum chloride. Now in this aluminum central atom has what? Empty d orbital. And silicon tetrachloride. It is also having what? Silicon is also having what? Empty d orbital. That's why because of empty d orbitals, AlCl3 and SiCl4 will be ready to accept electron pair. And aluminum chloride has only 6 electrons. Around the aluminum, 3 bonds there now with 3 chlorine. 3 bonds indicates what here? 6 electrons. Less than octet. That's why AlCl3 is ready to accept electron pair. So it is electron pair acceptor, Lewis acid. And SiCl4 also, though it is having 4 bonds, still empty d orbitals are present here in SiCl4. Empty d orbitals present in Si atom. That's why it is ready to accept the electron pair acceptor. It will act as what? Electron pair acceptor. So AlCl3 and SiCl4 both will act as what? Lewis acids. Next, here again pH3 acts as what? Lewis base. And here BCl3 is Lewis acid, okay? But CCl4 cannot act as what now? Lewis acid. Why? Here carbon, central atom is carbon. The carbon does not contain empty d orbitals. Carbon does not contain empty d orbitals. So CCl4 cannot act as electron pair acceptor. But SiCl4 will act as electron pair acceptor due to empty d orbitals. So option 2 is correct here. Next, which of the group 4 elements, fourth year group element, okay, does not exhibit allotropy? Allotropy means what? The same element will exist in different forms. Like carbon exists in diamond, graphite, C60. Different forms will be there for carbon, allotropic forms. So except lead, remaining all the elements of group 14 will exhibit what? Allotropy. Lead is what? More metallic in nature. It does not exhibit allotropy. Okay. Next. So magnesium powder burns in air to give what? Air contains what now? Nitrogen gas and oxygen gas. So the magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Magnesium reacts with nitrogen to form magnesium nitride. So magnesium oxide and magnesium nitride will be the products. Next. Now glucose and galactose both are having same formula I told you. What is the formula? C6H12O6. Okay. So the glucose and galactose both have same molecular formula. So they are having identical configuration in all the positions except which carbon? So C4. So glucose and galactose both are called what now here? What I told you? C4 epimers. C4 epimers. What do you mean by C4 epimers? Their configuration OH group and H positions will be changing only at fourth carbon. Remaining all carbons configuration will be same. So they are called C4 epimers, glucose and galactose. So answer second option. The next, which of the following will not show mutarotation? Will not show mutarotation. A mutarotation means suppose here you take here alpha form and beta form of glucose. Suppose alpha form and beta form of glucose, if you imagine. So alpha form suppose is having plus rotation and beta form is having suppose minus rotation. So now here the dextro rotation will change into levo rotation. Again, levo rotation will change into dextro rotation. So the interconversion of rotation from plus sign to minus sign and minus sign to plus sign is called mutarotation. The mutarotation is possible only in case of the molecules having alpha form and beta form. So these three molecules are having what now alpha forms and beta forms. So these three will show what? These three molecules will show mutarotation. But sucrose is made up of what now? Glucose plus fructose. It is made up of glucose plus fructose. Between glucose and fructose, what will be the linkage called? Glycosidic linkage or glucosidic linkage. The glucosidic linkage will be there between glucose and fructose. Okay, that's because of the formation of glucosidic linkage, the sucrose does not show what? Mutarotation. The mutarotation is not possible by sucrose. Okay, so next is what now here? Next case you check it here. What is it? So the incorrect statement. Incorrect statement among the following is what? So now first one here, alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are enormous they give here. So they ask incorrect, remember. They're asking what incorrect statement. So it is correct here, enormous. Both are what? Enormous. Enormous means what? Alpha form and beta form. Alpha form and beta form of glucose together called what? Enormous. Or enormous to each other. It is correct statement. So they ask the incorrect statement here. Next one. The penta-acetate of glucose does not react with hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine formula what? Hydroxylamine NH2 bond OH. Hydroxylamine. Here penta-acetate means what now here? In place of CHOH, what will be there? Now generally CHOH will be there no? In glucose. In place of OH, what will be there? CH3. COO will be there minus. The CH3COO minus is called what? CH3COO minus is called acetate. How many OH groups in glucose molecule? 5 OH groups will be there now. All 5 OH groups in glucose molecule are replaced by acetate ions. So 5 acetate ions substituted now here. That's why it is called penta-acetate. So when penta-acetate of glucose is taken, it does not react with NH2OH because OH group is not there here. If OH group is there, what happens? The OH group will interact with what? NH2OH. But OH group itself not there now in penta-acetate. In place of OH, what is there? CH3COO minus is available here. That is why the penta-acetate of glucose does not react with what? Hydroxylamine. It is correct statement. But they asked what now? Incorrect statement they asked. Next, cellulose is a straight chain polysaccharide made up of only beta D glucose units. Correct. I told you. Starch is made up of alpha D glucose, but cellulose is made up of beta D glucose. So it is also correct statement. But they asked what incorrect statement here. So fourth option is answer here. So alpha D glucose and beta D glucose. Both are enormous, na? Alpha D glucose and beta D glucose enormous. They are enantiomers given here. Actually, they are not enantiomers. They are what now here? Diastereomers. Actually, they are what? Diastereomers. Diastereomers meaning what? Neither mirror images nor superimposable on each other. Neither mirror images nor superimposable on each other. So they are called diastereomers. But what is given? Enantiomers given. Enantiomers meaning what? Mirror images to each other, but non-superimposable. Enantiomers meaning what? Mirror images to each other, but non-superimposable. What is the meaning of diastereomers? Non-superimposable each other and also non-mirror images. Neither mirror images nor superimposable on each other. That's why this is answer here. Incorrect statement. This one. The fourth option is what? Incorrect statement. Okay. Next. Glucose on prolonged heating with HI, hydrogen iodide. Hydrogen iodide. When glucose is heated with hydrogen iodide, okay. So what happens? Glucose will change into what? It will change into what? N-hexane. N-hexane meaning what? Normal hexane. So in normal hexane, how it will be there? CH3 bond CH2 bond CH2 bond CH2 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 CH3. So like this, now glucose molecule will change into what? Completely N-hexane like this in presence of what? HI. So should I have sent you the PDF now? The PDF all chemical properties of glucose I have given. So in that it is there. So glucose on prolonged heating with HI gives what? N-hexane. Next. Number of stereo centers. Stereo centers means what? Chiral centers. Chiral carbon atoms. The number of stereo centers means number of chiral carbon atoms present in linear and also cyclic structures of glucose. In linear structure and cyclic structure. Cyclic structure means what? Alpha form and beta form. Alpha and beta forms are called what? Cyclic structures. And normal linear structure is what? CHO at the top, CH2OH at the bottom. That structure is called what? Linear structure. So in the linear structure, how many chiral carbons? 4. In the linear structure, 4 chiral carbons. And in the alpha form and beta form, there will be 5 chiral carbons. 5 chiral carbons. In each alpha form, beta form, 5 chiral carbons will be there. In linear form of glucose, open chain of glucose, there will be 4 chiral carbons. Once you check the classwork, the beta form of glucose, alpha form of glucose, and also the open chain structure of glucose. If you observe, you'll understand number of chiral centers or stereo centers. Next. Maltose. Maltose formula what? C12, H22, O11. So maltose on treatment with dilute HCl means the reaction is called hydrolysis cytole. Hydrolysis. Acid hydrolysis. What we say? Acid hydrolysis. So the maltose on treatment with acid hydrolysis means on acid hydrolysis, the maltose will be giving what? D-glucose. The maltose is made up of completely D-glucose. Suppose it's the same reaction, if same question you take sucrose. In place of maltose, suppose if you take sucrose, the sucrose on treatment with dilute HCl will give what? One glucose and one fructose. One glucose and one fructose will be given. Sucrose. But here maltose they ask, maltose is made up of what? D-glucose units. All D-glucose units will be present in maltose. So the glycosidic linkage, the glucosidic linkage is between D-glucose and again one more D-glucose in case of maltose. Okay. And next one. So which of the following is a branched chain polysaccharide? Cellulose is what? Straight chain. The previous question, one point is there. See cellulose, about cellulose. Cellulose is what now? Linear chain. Cellulose is what now? Linear. But glycogen is what? Branching. One of the questions they asked me previously. In case of cellulose, it is what? Yeah, it is glycogen. Cellulose is straight chain polysaccharide given here. In 43 question number, third option. In 43 third option, cellulose is a straight chain polysaccharide. Okay. But glycogen is what? Branched chain polysaccharide. So glycogen is what? Branched chain and cellulose is what? Straight chain. If you do not know any concept, please learn from this paper. Next. Which of the following is thermosetting polymer? Following is an example of thermosetting. We have two types of thermosetting and Thermoplastics. Okay. So thermosetting will become hard on heating. Will become hard on heating. But thermoplastics will become what? Soft on heating. For example, what bakelite here. So thermosetting polymer example, bakelite here. Remaining all are what? Thermoplastics. Okay. Next. The major product of the following reaction. Here what is given? CH3 bond, CH double bond, CH2. What is the name of this? Propene. So propene is taken. It is symmetrical, unsymmetrical alkene. It is unsymmetrical alkene. Unsymmetrical alkene it is. So this unsymmetrical alkene, we are adding what now? Chlorine water. Cl2 in water means what we get what now? HOCl. What we get? HOCl. Hypochlorous acid will be there. Cl2 and H2O means what? Hypochlorous. In this OH minus Cl plus. OH minus and Cl plus. Now here the negative part will go to the double bonded carbon with what? Less hydrogen. Here CH is what? Double bonded carbon with less hydrogen. And CH2 is what? Double bonded carbon with more hydrogen. So the OH minus must attach to CH and Cl plus will attach to CH2. Like that, what happens now here? Here on the CH middle carbon, OH must be attached. Yeah, OH. And on the right side carbon CH2, Cl should be attached. Like this. So which option is correct now? Second option is correct. So it is a major product. Here any peroxide is given? No, peroxide is not given. When peroxide is not given, it is Markovnikov addition. What is called? Markovnikov addition. So Markovnikov addition is in absence of peroxide. In this, the negative part will attach to the double bonded carbon with less hydrogen. Okay, next. Next one. So higher concentration of which of the following gases in air can cause stiffness of flower buds. The flower buds will become very stiff. Okay, in presence of which gas they're asking? This is SO2. So this we studied in which lesson? Environmental chemistry. Okay, 2 months back we studied this environmental chemistry. So in the 30% cumulative, they'll be asking the previous chapter's question also. Okay. Next, the number of hydrocarbons produced by hydrolysis of 1 mole of Mg3C2. Here Mg3C2 magnesium carbide. What is magnesium carbide? The magnesium carbide will be producing propene. Propine will be forming here. So propine is formed here. So CaC2 is there now. CaC2. The calcium carbide will produce what? CH triple bond CH, ethine. But Mg3C2, magnesium carbide will be giving what? Magnesium carbide will give propine. What is formed here? Propine is produced. So how many hydrocarbons formed here? One. Along with this, what will be forming? Magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide will form here. So hydrolysis meaning what? Interaction with H2O. Interaction with H2O. In this H2O, what will be there? OH minus and H plus. H plus and OH minus will be present in water. Now in this carbide ion will take what? C minus 4 ion will take what? H plus. And Mg plus 2 ions will take what? OH minus. So Mg plus 2 and OH minus will combine to form magnesium hydroxide. And C minus 4 will combine with H plus ions to form propine. Prop means how many carbons? C3. Ion means what? Double minus 2. Double how much? 6. 6 minus 2, 4. So C3H4. It is propine. So propine is the one hydrocarbon produced here. Okay. Next. The oxidation state. Here are answer what now? One. Only one hydrocarbon is produced. The oxidation state of carbon in carbon monoxide. Here it is minus 2 now. Oxygen minus 2. Then carbon should be having how much? Plus 2. So what is X value here? X value is what? Plus 2. X value 2. Right? And the oxidation state of carbon in COCl2. This COCl is called phosgene gas. Phosgene gas. It is a poisonous gas. So in this now, each Cl minus 1, each Cl minus 1, and oxygen minus 2. Each oxygen minus 2. Minus 2 and minus 2. Minus 4. To balance minus 4, carbon should be having